Welcome inside the Lions Den, the playoff edition. My name is Darren Stevenson, and thank you for watching here on 519 Sports Online. The regular season is now in the books in the OPFL, and the playoffs get rolling this Saturday. The Senior Varsity Lions will hit the road to face the Essex Ravens in a sudden death quarterfinal game being played at the University of Windsor. Now, the Lions will be looking for a little payback. They lost to the Ravens in the final week of the regular season, so the players are very excited for this second chance to head to Windsor to battle the Ravens in a sudden death elimination game.
I think the guys are just trying to, refocus, reset their minds, and just forget about the last game. Obviously, it was a tough one, but it's great because we get to go back down and play the same team again. We're also healthy on our end. They're probably getting a couple of guys back on their end, so hopefully it'll be a lot better game, and hopefully we go in there more prepared.
Last game, it was kind of the perfect storm. Literally everything that could go wrong went wrong. Snaps, routes, everything, and it was a disaster on offense. Really, it was the worst we've ever played. But we've had such a good past two practices, and we've prepped really well, I think, and our attitude and kind of atmosphere in practice has been really different this week compared to what it has been in the past month, and we're just stoked to get this going.
One thing we learned for sure was that we can't take any opponent lightly. We know that they have weapons on offense, they have weapons on defense, they have weapons on special teams. So we're just trying to find a way to counter all of those weapons, show them what we have in our utility belt, and give them our best go.
It's the Lions and the Ravens battling for a spot in the OPFL semifinals. Kickoff on Saturday is at 7 o'clock at the University of Windsor. Here is Senior Varsity head coach Jackson Yonkis with his pregame thoughts.
You never want to play poorly in a big game, and we certainly did last weekend. And our guys have really taken that to heart, and I feel like it really means a lot to them to go play better. The score is the score; it is what it is. We just want to get on that bus knowing we've played better, and I think if we do that, it's hard to beat a good team twice. So, it's hard to get in the playoffs, and we're excited about achieving that accomplishment. And we said at the beginning of the year, look, you get in the playoffs, it's a 3-game tournament, first to 3 wins, and they've earned that same opportunity. They've earned the right to have home field advantage, and we're excited to play a really good team. But I think ultimately, our guys all year have been really resilient, and we're not in a position where we need certain things to happen to be successful. We know if we take care of our business, we're going to give ourselves a chance, and we didn't do that last weekend. We didn't give ourselves a chance, and a good team played a really good game against us, and all the credit to them for how they played. But we know if we control, we can do great things, and that's the mentality going in.
The Bantam Lions enjoyed a terrific regular season, finishing with a record of 7 wins and 1 loss, and now their quest begins to bring home a championship. The Bantam Lions will play at home this Saturday night here at Jacob Hespler. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock, and their opponent will be the Durham Dolphins. Earlier this season, the Lions beat the Dolphins by a score of 42-0, so Cambridge will be looking for another victory over Durham in the playoffs this weekend.
Well, we're going to come in really hungry. We're a high motor team. We move fast. We play together. We do our jobs, trust our teammates, play fast. That's what our defensive coach, CB, says. And we just got to bring everything we can to beat Durham. And then after that, we just got to keep going.
Well, after our loss with London, we've been very consistent in our gameplay. And we're coming for Durham, and they're coming for us. If you lose in the playoffs, you're out. So we're coming hungry. They're coming in our own field trying to take, and we're not going to let that happen.
The Dolphins had 2 wins during the regular season, so the Lions are the favorites heading into Saturday's contest under the lights at the Jake. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Damian Plousta is a wide receiver and cornerback with the Bantam Lions, and he's getting ready for this Saturday's big home playoff game. Just give me a sense of how the boys are feeling. Obviously, you had a wonderful regular season, but it's go time, and it's playoff time, and you're trying to take a run at a championship here. Give me a sense of the vibe around the team going into Saturday's game, Damian.
For our team, I feel like we're really pumped up for the game, and especially since it's a home game, we're going to have a big crowd and everything, so we're definitely going to feel energized and have the adrenaline to come here and win this game.
What needs to happen on Saturday for you guys to come out on top? Obviously, you had success against Durham during the regular season, but this is the playoffs, and it's a completely different animal, right? How do you guys approach this game on Saturday, knowing that it's an elimination game for either team?
Yeah, it's a winner-go-home game for us, so what we have to focus on is Durham. We can't overlook them and go think about like the next game. We have to focus on Durham first, and if we win that, we can move on to the second round of the playoffs.
What do you like about the team right now going into the playoffs? 7-1 regular season. It went well. It went great on both offense as well as defense. But what are some of the attributes of this team right now that you believe can take you to a championship?
I definitely feel like we can win the championship this year because of how we've played this year and how we've thrown the ball well and how we've defense has like shut our opponents out and how our offense has put up a lot of points. So I feel like we're going to win it all this year.
And I think that's the thing that we can say about this team is that we've talked a lot about the offense. You've made some great plays with Miles Foote and Jesse Jansen and all the different great players that you've got on offense. But let's talk about the defense a little bit here because you guys have been pitched a number of shutouts. You also play safety, so you're on both sides of the ball. Speak about the defense because I think they get overlooked a little bit with this team sometimes. Yeah. They're extremely talented, David.
Yeah. Our defense, our D-line is like, I feel like it's our defense. I feel like we're like the best in the league. D-line wise, we just get through the O-line. Like for our opponents, we just get through the line all the time. Our linebackers flat to the ball. Our safeties will make great plays. Corners will make great plays. And I feel like our defense is just the best in the league.
Good luck Saturday. Thanks for the time, Damien. We look forward to the Lions against the Durham Dolphins here on Saturday night.
Thank you.
Time now for our feature interview here on the Lions Den, and we recently had the opportunity to catch up with Bradley Button. He is a wide receiver who suffered a serious injury last year in WIXA football, but this story isn't about the injury. This is about Brad's determination and his hard work to return to football this coming fall. Now, Brad wasn't able to play for the Lions this summer because of that injury, but he was still involved with the program. He was a coach, teaching and mentoring young wide receivers. Here is our conversation with Bradley Button. Over the last few months, we've continued to watch Bradley Button continue to heal from a torn ACL and LCL, and we're proud to have him with us here tonight. You just keep getting better every time I see you, Brad. Give us an update. Tell us how you're feeling as you start preparing for September.
I've been working out in the gym a lot. I've been running, doing everything a normal football player would do. I'm just trying to get back to my normal self, get back to 100%. I think I'd say I'm about 75% right now. I think when it comes to strength, I'm stronger than I was in September, especially in my upper body. But right now, it's just kind of trying to get the speed and kind of my leg back to normal. But other than that, I'm doing really good, especially mentally. I'm feeling a lot better about playing football than I was last time I talked to you. Obviously, there's like the mental part to it, and I feel like the mental part has gotten a lot better. I'm really looking forward to it instead of being nervous about it. And I think that's a really big part about playing football is the mental part, and there's a lot of confidence back. Yeah.
I remember you said to me last time we were talking about your goal was to return to the field behind us here at Jacob Hesper. You want to get back out there so badly. That's one of your motivators, obviously, but what are some of the other motivators for you to get back out there? And just you're so passionate about the game, and I can't wait for WIXA football to see you back on that field.
I think the biggest motivator is there's one day I was at the gym and I was kind of just thinking about things, and I thought about when I'd be like a man one day, and to look back on playing like high school football. Like my grandfather played, my entire family played, and like you never forget it, right? And I think if I didn't do my very best and do everything I can do to be the best football player come September, I think I would regret it for the rest of my life. So it's something that I think about every single day and that I work for every single day. And it's just really important to me. It's the most important thing in the world to me is football, and I think that's the biggest motivator to me. Yeah.
Who is your support network? Who are the people that deserve credit for helping you get through this? You talked about the mental side of it. I would imagine that's the most difficult part, the unknown, going through the surgery, not knowing when, if ever, you're going to be able to play football again, your passion. Who would you like to thank? Who are some of those people?
Definitely my mother. My mother first, for sure. She's there for me through everything, even before my injury. It's obviously my mom, my dad, always there for me beside my hospital bed. My grandfather, my pops, he'd always give me texts, always motivating me, always telling me how he misses me. And he lives down in Atlanta, so I don't get to
Right.
see him very much. But when he
Right.
comes up, he's always there for me. He was the one who stayed overnight during my surgery, and especially my brother on the JV team. He's always there for me, always working out with me. Because usually, like I was he was in my shadow, and he was trying to catch up to me. And now
Right.
it's kind of the other way around. You know,
Right,
he's helping me out, and just like the whole Lions organization. All the coaches, Jackson, Eric Krebs, Stephen Paul, all those guys, they're always giving me messages, always telling me I'm welcome to the practices, the games, the sidelines to help out. Do it they just want me to, you know what I mean? Like, just really supporting me,
One of the most awesome things that I saw in that OFSA championship, and there was a lot of great moments that day, whether it be Xavier Pineda scoring all those touchdowns, great throws from Joel Watson. That was such an incredibly talented team. But at the end, there you are. You make the trip to Ottawa, and at that point, you weren't as healed and as good as you are now, right? By a lot. And there you are on the field with that banner and with that trophy. And regardless of what happens going forward, you're still part of that team, and they can never take away that championship victory from you.
Yeah, I mean, I love those guys, and those are lifelong friends, and they made me feel like a part of the team that day. They made me feel like a champion that day, and it was a beautiful day. I mean, it's something that you always remember, and yeah.
Being part of the Bantam team, you're coaching the wide receivers. Here you are giving back at a young age, right? You understand the importance of trying to teach football and teach life lessons and principles that come from football to these younger athletes out here. Why are you involved in the Cambridge Lions organization, and what does it mean to you? Because obviously they've done a lot for you over the years to help you be the person that you are today, Brad.
Oh, so the first time I coached, there's my coach, Stephen Warner. He coaches the JV team now, and he was a younger guy when we first started coaching. He was about my age, and I think that influenced me a lot because he was a guy who coached me and Seth Robertson and all those guys, and I think he had a big influence on my game today, and it made me really want to help like the guys like that are my brother's age and try and help them be better football players and better men one day. And I think having a guy who's closer in age to you coaching you really helps a lot.
I haven't seen the schedule yet, but I know that the Jacob Hessler home opener will be on a Thursday night because that's how Wixa football works.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you run out with that flag. It's going to be an amazing moment. We'll be here with 519 Sports Online to celebrate it and watch you get back on the field. We can't wait. Thanks for the time, Brad, and keep healing, keep getting better, and you're doing a great job being mentally strong.
Thanks a lot, Darren. That moment when I run on the field with the flag is something I think about every single night when I go to bed, something I think about when I'm working out, something I think about when my legs are hurting, and blood, sweat, and tears, man. That's what it's all about.
Well said, my friend. Well said.
Thanks, Darren.
This segment of The Lion's Den has been brought to you by Homewood Suites of Cambridge, Waterloo. Call now to learn more about their special sport rate offer at 519-651-2888. And finally, we want to show you the last touchdown of the season for the Junior Varsity Lions. It happened a couple of weeks ago. On the road, the Lions were visiting the Essex Ravens. Spencer Speakman scoring for Cambridge. The Lions did not make the OPFL playoffs this year, but still the team had some tremendous plays this season. Jeremiah Ferguson, Eric Laffin, Ethan Evely, and Kyle Courts were all key contributors for the Junior Varsity Lions. On a personal note, a thank you to head coach Eric Krebs and the Junior Varsity Lions coaching staff for your support of 519 Sports Online this season and for being accommodating with our interview requests. And that is our show for this week. We hope you can join us here at Jacob Hespler on Saturday night for some OPFL playoff football. The Bantam Lions facing the Durham Dolphins. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock, and best wishes to the Senior Varsity Lions as they head to the University of Windsor to battle the Essex Ravens. Both of these games sudden death quarterfinal elimination games in the OPFL playoffs. My name is Darren Stevenson, and thank you for watching. We will see you next time here on 519 Sports Online. For more highlights, visit our website, 519sportsonline.ca. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.